All right, so we're diving into YouTube side hustles today, but not the kind you'd expect.
Ooh.
Yeah, forget fancy cameras and editing skills.
Okay.
Because we're looking at how to make money on YouTube without making videos.
Really?
Yep, you heard that right.
Wow.
Our guide for this deep dive is a YouTube expert named Matt Parr,
Okay.
who claims he's making around $30,000 a month
Wow.
using this very method.
Interesting.
And he says you can too.
Oh.
So buckle up because we're about to break down his system.
What Matt is leveraging here is something called fair use.
Okay.
It's a legal doctrine that allows limited use of copyrighted material.
Okay.
Without needing permission.
Right.
It's typically used for things like commentary,
Right.
criticism, or educational purposes.
I'm intrigued. Fair use, huh? So how does this translate into making money on YouTube?
Well, some YouTubers are finding popular content already on YouTube and re-uploading it to their own channels, then monetizing those videos with ads.
Hold on. So you're saying you can just re-upload someone else's video and make money from it?
Not exactly. It's not a free-for-all.
Okay.
And there are definitely legal risks involved.
Right.
But Matt claims this strategy is perfectly legal as long as the content is transformed and falls under fair use.
Great.
In his video, he highlights a channel that creates top 10 countdown videos.
Oh, yeah, I've definitely seen those. They're everywhere.
Exactly, and they can be quite lucrative. The channel Matt featured has over 800 million views.
Wow.
To put that into perspective, if they're earning a CPM, meaning cost per mil or cost per thousand views, of just $2, that's $1.6 million from ads alone.
Whoa, okay, I see why this is catching people's attention.
Yeah.
But let's get to the nitty-gritty. How does Matt say we can actually do this?
He lays out a 6-step system.
Okay.
And the first step is pretty straightforward: create your channel.
Easy enough, especially since you can have multiple channels under a single Gmail account, right?
That's right. And that's a really smart move.
Yeah.
Because it streamlines the process and allows you to experiment with different niches or content styles.
Okay.
Step 2 is where the strategy starts to take shape, choosing a niche.
So like picking a specific topic or category for your channel.
Exactly. Matt recommends a few niches that tend to perform well on YouTube.
Okay.
Top 10 channels, tech psychology meditation, scary videos, luxury, and finance.
Interesting, Max.
The reason choosing a niche is so important is that it allows you to target a specific audience and tailor your content accordingly.
Right.
This not only helps you attract viewers who are genuinely interested in what you have to offer, but it also makes it easier for YouTube's algorithm to understand what your channel is about and recommend your videos to the right people.
So you're not just randomly uploading videos. You're strategically selecting content that fits a specific theme.
Precisely. And this is where fair use comes into play again.
Okay.
You're not just re-uploading any random video. You're curating content that aligns with your niche and transforming it in a way that adds value and provides a new perspective.
Okay. I'm starting to see the bigger picture here.
Good.
So what's step 3?
Step 3 is all about getting monetized, which means enabling your channel to earn money from ads.
Okay.
The most common way to do this is by joining the YouTube Partner Program.
Sounds good to me. Is it difficult to join?
There are a couple of requirements you need to meet.
Okay.
1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time on your channel within the past 12 months.
4,000 hours. That seems like a lot.
Yeah.
How long does it usually take to reach those milestones?
It can definitely take time, especially if you're starting from scratch.
Right.
But with Matt's strategy, he aims for monetization within 1 to 2 months.
Wow, that's impressive. All right, let's move on to step 4.
Okay.
Where do you get the content to upload?
Matt recommends 2 main sources. The first is, believe it or not, YouTube itself.
Oh, interesting.
You can find content within your chosen niche by sorting videos by most viewed in the past month.
So you're kind of piggybacking off the success of videos that are already performing well.
In a way, yes, but remember the key is to transform that content.
Right.
You're not just copying and pasting, you're editing, adding your own spin and making it your own, while still falling under fair use.
That makes sense. What about the second source?
The second source is free stock footage websites like pixabay.com, which offer royalty-free videos and pictures.
So that's how those channels with beautiful visuals but voiceovers create their content.
Exactly. It's a great way to add visual appeal without needing expensive equipment or filming your own footage.
Right.
And Matt has another tip for making money even before you hit the monetization requirements.
Okay, now you've really got my attention. Tell me more.
He recommends utilizing affiliate links in the descriptions of your videos.
Affiliate links?
Yep. Those are links to products related to your video's topic.
Right.
When a viewer clicks your link and makes a purchase, you earn a commission.
Right.
Platforms like ClickBank, Digistore24, and even Amazon have affiliate programs.
That's pretty clever. So even with a small audience, you could potentially start earning some income right away.
Exactly. It's a smart way to leverage your early content and build momentum towards monetization.
Makes sense.
Now let's move on to step 5, which is all about optimizing your videos.
Optimizing. What does that entail?
Essentially, it's about making sure your videos are easily discoverable by both YouTube's algorithm and potential viewers.
Okay.
This involves fine-tuning elements like your video's title, description tags, thumbnail, and even adding subtitles.
Got it.
All of these factors play a role in how well your video performs on YouTube.
So it's not just about throwing a video up there. You have to make it appealing and easy to find.
You got it. Think of it this way. You want to make it as easy as possible for people to find your video when they're searching for content related to your niche.
Makes sense. Is there a specific method for optimizing videos?
Matt mentions a free extension called vidIQ,
Okay.
which can be really helpful.
Uh-huh.
It gives you insights into keywords,
Okay.
search volume,
Right.
and other factors that can help you optimize your video's visibility.
Okay, so you're taking a strategic approach to every aspect of this process.
You got it.
All right, what's the final step?
The final step is putting ads on your videos.
Okay.
Once you're part of the YouTube Partner Program and your videos are monetized, you can start earning ad revenue.
Right.
Matt recommends creating videos that are over 10 minutes long.
Why 10 minutes?
Longer videos allow you to include mid-roll ads, which are ads that appear during the video.
Ah, I see. So the longer the video, the more opportunities for ads. Smart.
And Matt's strategy is to place ads every 2 minutes for maximum revenue. So for a 10-minute video, you could potentially have 5 ads.
That's pretty strategic. So he's laid out the 6 steps for making money on YouTube without making videos.
Yes.
But what about actually making those videos successful? Is that where his top secrets come in?
You got it. He shared 6 secrets that provide valuable insights into the nuances of YouTube and how to maximize your chances of success with this strategy.
All right, lay 'em on me. What's the first secret?
Secret number 1 is all about making sure your videos are edited in a way that falls under fair use.
Okay.
Remember, you need to demonstrate that you're using the content in a transformative way, adding your own unique elements and commentary.
So it's not just about slapping together random clips. You actually have to put in some effort and make it your own.
Exactly. He even suggests hiring a voiceover artist for just $5.
Wow.
If you're not comfortable narrating yourself, it adds a professional touch and helps differentiate your content.
That's a great tip.
Oh.
It emphasizes the importance of making your video distinct from the original content. What about editing software? Is there a specific program he recommends?
If you're on a budget, he mentions a free editing software called OpenShot, which is a great alternative to the expensive options out there.
Okay, so far this seems manageable. What's secret number 2?
Secret number 2 focuses on posting frequency.
Okay.
Matt advises uploading at least 1 video per day per channel.
Wow, a video a day. That's a lot of content.
It is, but the logic behind it is that the more content you have out there, the more opportunities you have for people to discover your channel and subscribe.
It's like casting a wider net, right? The more videos you have, the more chances you have to attract viewers.
Exactly, and it also helps you gather data more quickly. You can see what's working, what's not, and adjust your strategy accordingly.
Data is king. I've heard that before. What about secret number 3?
Secret number 3 is all about creating eye-catching thumbnails. Remember, the thumbnail is the first thing people see, so you want to make sure it grabs their attention.
Oh, yeah. Thumbnails are crucial.
Yeah.
I've definitely clicked on videos just because the thumbnail looked interesting.
Exactly. Matt suggests using free software like Paint or Canva to create thumbnails.
Okay.
And he has a couple of tips for making them stand out.
Yeah.
Incorporating elements like red arrows or circles.
Those are good tips. They seem simple enough, but they can make a big difference. What's secret number 4?
Secret number 4 is all about data analysis.
Okay.
Matt emphasizes the importance of tracking your video analytics.
Okay.
Which basically means looking at the data YouTube provides to see how your videos are performing.
So you're not just uploading and forgetting about it. Yeah. You're actively monitoring how people are interacting with your videos.
Exactly. You want to see which videos are getting views,
right?
Which ones are holding people's attention, and which ones are falling flat.
Okay.
This data can help you refine your strategy and make better content.
That makes a lot of sense. What about secret number 5?
Secret number 5 dives into audience retention and watch time.
Okay.
Which are 2 of the most important metrics for YouTube's success.
Okay, break those down for me. What do they mean?
Audience retention refers to how long people watch your videos.
Okay.
For example, if your video is 10 minutes long,
right,
and the average viewer watches 6 minutes,
yeah,
your audience retention is 60%.
Okay, that makes sense. So a higher retention rate means people are more engaged with your content.
Exactly.
But what about watch time?
Watch time is the total amount of time people have spent watching your videos.
Right.
It's a crucial metric for YouTube because it indicates how valuable your content is to viewers.
So if people are watching your videos for longer periods of time, YouTube sees that as a good thing.
Yes.
And is more likely to recommend your videos to others.
You got it. And Matt has a specific recommendation for increasing audience retention.
Okay.
He suggests using fast cuts in your editing to maintain viewer engagement.
Fast cuts. I've noticed a lot of YouTube videos do that. It definitely keeps things moving and prevents the video from feeling stale.
Exactly. It's a simple technique, but very effective.
Right.
Now on to secret number 6.
All right, hit me with secret number 6.
Secret number 6 is all about click-through rate, or CTR.
CTR. That sounds familiar, but remind me what that is.
It's the percentage of people who click on your video after seeing it in search results or the suggested videos feed.
Right.
Basically, it's a measure of how enticing your thumbnail and title are.
So a high CTR means your thumbnail and title are doing a good job of grabbing people's attention.
Exactly. And Matt suggests aiming for at least a 6% CTR.
Wow, 6%. So it's not just about getting your video seen, it's about making sure they're clickable.
Precisely. And when you combine a high CTR with a high average view duration, your video has a much higher chance of going viral.
That makes sense. So it's a combination of factors working together to boost your video's success. Yeah, this is all incredibly fascinating stuff, and it's really making me think about the potential of YouTube.
It really does open up a whole new world of possibilities, doesn't it? Especially for those who may not have traditional video creation skills or resources.
Exactly. I'm already starting to brainstorm niche ideas and thinking about how I could apply these secrets to my own channel. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's take a step back and really unpack the ethical and legal implications of this strategy.
That's an important point.
Yeah.
While this strategy may seem like a quick and easy way to make money on YouTube,
right,
it's crucial to understand the potential pitfalls and navigate this space responsibly.
Right, and I think our listeners would agree with that.
So before we jump into the details of the ethical and legal considerations, let's take a quick break. We'll be back in a moment to continue our deep dive into the world of YouTube's side hustles.
Sounds good. So we've established that this strategy has the potential to be pretty lucrative.
Yeah.
But it's not without its complexities.
Right. And I think the biggest question on everyone's mind is,
what's that?
How does copyright law actually apply in this situation?
We've talked about fair use, but I'll admit I'm still a bit fuzzy on the details. Can you break it down for us?
Absolutely. At its core, copyright law is all about protecting the rights of creators.
Okay.
When someone creates an original work, whether it's a video, a song, a book, or even a piece of code, they automatically have copyright protection.
So they essentially own the rights to that creation.
Exactly. They have the exclusive right to copy it, distribute it, display it, perform it, and create new works based on it.
But then how does fair use fit into all of this? If creators have these exclusive rights, how can someone else re-upload their content without getting into trouble?
Fair use is a legal doctrine that allows for limited use of copyrighted material without needing permission from the copyright holder. It's designed to balance the rights of creators with the public interest in accessing and using copyrighted works for purposes like commentary, criticism, news reporting, teaching, and research.
So it's not a free pass to use any copyrighted material you want.
Right.
There are specific conditions that need to be met.
Right. The courts consider a number of factors when determining whether a particular use qualifies as fair use.
What kind of factors?
Well, they look at the purpose and character of the use.
Okay.
The nature of the copyrighted work.
Okay.
The amount and substantiality of the portion used.
Right.
And the effect of the use on the potential market for or value of the copyrighted work.
Okay, that makes sense. So it's not just about whether you're making money from the content, it's about how you're using it.
Right.
And whether it's affecting the original creator's ability to profit from their work.
Exactly. And in the context of YouTube, things can get a bit more complicated.
How so?
Because YouTube has its own set of policies and guidelines regarding copyright.
Right.
And they have automated systems in place to detect potential infringements.
So if you're re-uploading someone else's video, you could get flagged even if you think you're using it under fair use.
Yes, that's a possibility. And if the copyright holder files a complaint, your video could be taken down and your channel could even be penalized.
That's pretty risky. So how do people who are using this strategy avoid getting into trouble?
That's where the concept of transformative use comes in.
Okay.
To successfully claim fair use. You need to demonstrate that you're not simply copying someone else's work, but rather using it in a new and different way.
Okay.
Adding your own unique spin, commentary, or critique.
Kind of like those top 10 countdown videos we talked about earlier.
Exactly. They take existing clips, but they add their own narration, editing, and overall presentation, creating a new and distinct work.
So the key is to add value and make it your own. You're building upon the original work, not just replicating it.
Precisely. It's about demonstrating creativity and originality, even when using pre-existing material.
That makes a lot of sense. But even if you're careful and follow all the guidelines, it still seems like there's some inherent legal risk involved.
Well, there's always some level of risk when dealing with copyright.
Right.
Especially in the ever-evolving landscape of the internet.
Yeah, that's true.
That's why it's so important to educate yourself about the law. Stay up to date on YouTube's policies, and when in doubt, err on the side of caution.
So what's your advice for our listeners who might be considering this strategy? What steps can they take to protect themselves?
First and foremost,
what's that?
Do your research.
Okay.
Don't just rely on what you see in a YouTube video or read in a blog post.
Yeah.
Take the time to understand the nuances of copyright law, fair use, and transformative use.
So actually read the law and understand the legal precedents.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There are resources available online. Legal guides specifically for content creators. And even free legal advice clinics you can consult.
That's great advice. It's better to be safe than sorry. Is there anything else our listeners should keep in mind?
Yes, it's crucial to be aware of the potential risks involved. Even if you're confident you're using content under fair use, YouTube's algorithms and policies are constantly changing. So what might be allowed today might not be allowed tomorrow.
So stay informed and be prepared to adapt.
Exactly. And finally, and perhaps most importantly, always prioritize ethical considerations.
What do you mean by that?
Well, even if you're technically operating within the bounds of the law, ask yourself, are you respecting the work of other creators? Are you giving credit where credit is due? Are you contributing to a culture of creativity and collaboration? Or are you simply exploiting the system for your own gain?
Those are great questions.
Yeah.
It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of making money and forget about the human element.
Exactly. And at the end of the day, it's about building a sustainable and ethical online business.
I think that's something we can all agree on. So to recap, if you're considering this strategy, do your research.
Yes.
Understand the risks and always prioritize ethical considerations.
You got it. Now I'm curious to know your thoughts. As we've been discussing this, what stood out to you the most?
Well, honestly, I'm surprised by how much I didn't know about copyright law and fair use.
Really?
It's definitely more complex than I initially thought.
It's a common misconception that anything goes online, but the reality is that the internet is still governed by laws.
Yeah.
And copyright law is especially important in the digital age.
I'm also struck by the importance of the transformative use concept.
Yeah.
It's not enough to simply re-upload someone else's content.
Right.
You need to add value, make it your own, and contribute something new to the conversation.
That's a crucial point. It's about building upon the work of others, not just replicating it.
Yeah.
And I think that's where the real creativity comes in.
Right.
It's a challenge, but it's also an opportunity to showcase your own unique perspective and skills.
And I think that's what makes this strategy so intriguing. It's not just about making money. It's about finding creative ways to leverage existing resources and contribute something new to the online world.
Absolutely. It's about finding your own voice, even within a framework that might seem restrictive at first glance.
I'm also really glad we talked about the ethical considerations. It's easy to get caught up in the technicalities of the law and forget about the human impact of our actions.
It's a reminder that we're all part of a larger community, and we need to be mindful of how our actions affect others.
Well said.
Yeah.
So we've covered the steps, the secrets, the legal and ethical considerations.
Right.
Is there anything else we need to explore before wrapping up this deep dive?
There's one more piece of the puzzle that we haven't touched on yet.
Oh, and what's that?
Matt mentioned in his video that this strategy allowed him to start making money quickly.
Okay.
He even threw out some numbers.
Yeah.
Claiming some channels are making upwards of $100,000 a month.
Wow.
Using this method.
Wow. Okay, now we're talking serious money.
Yeah.
But how is that even possible?
That's a great question. And to understand the financial potential of this strategy, we need to take a closer look at the YouTube ecosystem.
Okay.
The different ways creators can earn money.
Right.
And the factors that influence their earnings.
All right, let's break it down. How does the YouTube money machine actually work? All right, so let's talk money. Matt claims some people are making serious cash using this YouTube strategy, even upwards of $100,000 a month. How is that even possible?
Well, it's important to remember that YouTube is a massive platform with billions of users, and there's a lot of money flowing through it.
Yeah.
Creators have multiple avenues for generating income.
Okay.
And the most common one we've already touched on
What's that?
Is advertising revenue.
Right. Those ads that play before, during, and after video.
Exactly. And the amount of money a creator earns from ads depends on a number of factors.
Okay.
Including the number of views their videos get.
Right.
The engagement those videos receive.
Okay.
And the types of ads that are displayed.
So it's not just about views. It's about keeping people engaged and watching those ads.
That's right. And YouTube uses a metric called CPM.
Okay.
Which stands for cost per mil.
Right.
Or sometimes cost per 1,000 views.
Okay.
Essentially, it represents how much advertisers are willing to pay for every 1,000 views of an ad.
Okay, I'm starting to get it. So if a video gets 1 million views and the CPM is $5, the creator would earn $5,000 from those ads alone.
Exactly. And CPMs can vary wildly.
Really?
Depending on factors like the channel's niche, the audience demographics, and even the time of year.
So some niches are more valuable to advertisers than others?
Absolutely. For example, videos about finance technology or business often have higher CPMs because they attract an audience that's more likely to have disposable income and be interested in the products or services being advertised.
Okay, that makes sense. So ad revenue is one piece of the pie.
Right.
But what are some other ways creators can make money on YouTube?
Another popular method is through affiliate marketing, which we talked about earlier.
Right, those special links in the video description that earn the creator a commission if a viewer makes a purchase.
Exactly, and this can be a really lucrative revenue stream.
Yeah.
Especially if you're promoting products that are relevant to your niche and your audience is engaged and trusting.
So you're not just relying on YouTube to pay you, you're creating your own income streams.
Right, and there are other ways to monetize as well.
Oh, like what?
Some creators offer merchandise like t-shirts, mugs, or hats.
Right.
Which can be a great way to connect with fans and generate additional revenue.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of YouTubers doing that, and I bet it's a nice boost, especially if you have a loyal fan base.
Absolutely. And then there are things like channel memberships, where viewers pay a monthly fee to get exclusive perks like access to behind-the-scenes content, special badges, or early access to videos.
It's like a VIP club for your most dedicated fans.
Exactly. And then you have creators who leverage their YouTube channels to promote their own businesses, products, or services.
It's like a launching pad for their entrepreneurial endeavors.
Precisely so. As you can see, there are many ways for creators to earn money on YouTube.
Right.
And it's often a combination of these different revenue streams that leads to those impressive six-figure incomes.
Okay, that all makes sense.
Yeah.
So going back to Matt's claim that some channels using this re-upload strategy are making over $100,000 a month. It's theoretically possible if they're doing everything right. Choosing a profitable niche, optimizing their videos, maximizing ad revenue, utilizing affiliate marketing, and maybe even selling merchandise or memberships.
Exactly. It's not just about re-uploading content. It's about building a successful YouTube business. And it's important to note that there's no guarantee of success.
Right. Just like any business, it takes hard work, dedication, and a bit of luck.
Exactly. And even if you do everything right, YouTube's algorithms and policies can change.
Right.
which can impact your earnings. It's a constantly evolving landscape.
So you need to be adaptable and willing to adjust your strategy as needed.
Absolutely. But the potential is definitely there. Yeah. And that's what makes this whole conversation so fascinating.
You know, as we've been talking, I've been thinking about something Matt said in his video.
Oh, yeah.
He emphasized that this strategy is particularly appealing to people who don't have traditional video creation skills or access to expensive equipment.
That's an interesting point. It's like democratizing content creation, making it accessible to a wider range of people.
Exactly. And I think that's what makes this so intriguing. It's a reminder that there are multiple paths to success on YouTube.
Right.
And you don't necessarily need to be a professional videographer or editor to build a thriving channel.
It's about leveraging your existing skills and resources, being creative, and finding your own unique niche within this vast online ecosystem.
Well said. This deep dive has been a real eye-opener.
It has.
And I hope our listeners are feeling inspired and empowered to explore the possibilities of YouTube, even if they've never considered themselves creators before.
I agree. It's been a thought-provoking conversation.
It has.
And I think we've only scratched the surface of this fascinating topic.
So what's the final takeaway for our listeners? What do we want them to walk away with after this deep dive?
I think the biggest takeaway is that YouTube is a complex and ever-evolving platform.
Right.
With a lot of potential, but it's important to approach it with a combination of creativity strategy and ethical awareness.
Yeah.
Whether you're creating original content or leveraging existing content, the key is to add value, engage your audience, and build a sustainable business that you can be proud of.
That's a great way to put it. So, dear listener, we encourage you to continue exploring this topic, do your research, and don't be afraid to experiment and find your own unique path to success on YouTube.
And remember, the most important thing is to have fun, be creative, and enjoy the journey.
That's great advice. Until next time, keep diving deep.